Hey everybody, Trey, Jordan. We're just doing a little update on what's going on with us. We're finally getting ready to do the final sale of the house on Wednesday, or that's our last day in the house. So everything's wrapping up this week. We're trying to make the rounds and see everybody one last time, and we've had several different going away parties, which have been super nice. But we wanted to hop on here and make another video. This one we're going to go into detail about the website that we are using for the Schengen Shuffle, and as well as the insurance that we're using to travel abroad. It's a requirement that you have insurance when you travel abroad, or they won't let you in the country. So we're going to kind of let you guys know the details about all that.
Absolutely, yeah, there's a new rule. I can't speak for all the countries, but Spain has a new rule that even if you're a tourist, you have to have travel insurance. And if you don't have travel insurance, they can fine you on the spot. And it's a hefty fine. So, when you come to visit us, because I hope you all come to visit us one day, definitely get traveler's insurance beforehand. It's not very expensive. And it just covers like major incidentals and stuff like that. And then we're going to be getting full insurance because we need it without having insurance here anymore.
Right.
But to be honest, ours is basically just going to cover like horrible life things like big med flights or big emergencies. It's not going to be what we use on a regular basis to go to the doctor or anything. That's just going to be all private pay. But thank goodness that their private pay is honestly about the same price as our coverage here with insurance.
With insurance, right.
So that's what we're looking to do. And our soft plan right now is to basically set up a home base in Spain with doctors, vets, eye doctors, all the above, and then possibly another kind of soft home base as well in Andorra, since those are the two countries for sure that we're going to be traveling between. And then we'll kind of break down this cool website that we found, as well as where we're getting our health insurance. Website that we're using to plan our Schengen Shuffle, because what you think of a simple principle as, all right, you can stay 90 out of 180 days in the Schengen. Perfect. Well, they don't look forward. It's 90 out of 180 days in the past, and it's a rolling window. So every day that number moves by one, which is super confusing and require a ton of counting. But thank goodness for Brexit, because this awesome British guy made this fancy calendar, and you can use it for free. You can do a free login, and all he asks is a coffee donation, which we totally donated because I would not want to have to count, and I'm not an engineer to design this stuff online. But basically, you can create a free login. So we can see here, we clicked on the day that we're entering Spain. So we're entering Monday, September 1st. And then we clicked the day we're leaving Spain. 90 days for us is November 28th. Because every month doesn't have 30 days, it kind of messes up the count, right? Let's say I clicked too far. So let's say I'm going to click off this so it's all gray, right? I enter here. Let's say I wanted to stay until the end of December. Oh, it turns red. So red means you can't be in country. So it's really simple. Blue is good. Red is you're out. So we can see the last day that we can spend is the 29th. And we purposely chose the 28th as our last day just to give us one day of like, oh, shoot, something got messed up. Because we don't want to get in trouble for overstaying our welcome. So that's a really cool feature that it has. I wish, to be honest, you could expand this and be like writing down where you're at. Because you can save all this, but you can't write down like, this is when we're in Spain, this is when we're in Andorra, this is when we're somewhere. That'd be the only feature I would change, I guess. So we can see here we're in Spain, then we're going to be out for 3 months in Andorra. And then we're kind of leaving it open-ended. We're thinking we're going to come into a Schengen zone again in March and then come out again in April, which allows us to see Jordan's family in Italy in May, to be in a Schengen country for Pride Month in June. Then we have to be out again. So, we can change this at any time, but this is kind of the website that we're using to check whether our days are lining up right. The other thing to note about the Schengen Shuffle is that the day of travel double counts. So, for example, the 28th of November counts as both day 89 of the Schengen and also day 1 of Andorra. So you have to kind of be careful about the travel. But that's kind of this cool website. It's called 9180.com. Super useful. And then in terms of the insurance we're using, because we're not going to have a truly home address in Spain, we couldn't get their full-blown private health care that actually covers you in Spain. Basically, the only thing we could use is more of a nomadic insurance that covers emergencies throughout all of Europe. It actually covers you in emergencies throughout the whole world. So we found this safety wing Nomad insurance. It's essential coverage, which basically just means it's emergencies only. It's $56 a month for each person as long as you're between these ages, and then there's different prices as you go up in age. It's a month to month process. You can submit claims for certain reimbursements, but honestly, they don't cover a ton of things. And for the complete coverage, to pay that much more, we're not going to the doctor that often, so we're just going to pay out of pocket when we do have to go to the doctor and pay the cheaper amount. But you can change it every time if you want. So you just kind of come down here and select what you're looking for. It does cover, so if we came back to the US, it would cover us for, I think it's 2 weeks in the US. If you're staying longer, that's when you have to add extra coverage. Adventure sports, we're like, oh crap, we do a lot of sports, but honestly, the sports that cover it are fine. Some of the adventure sports package, paragliding, skydiving, scuba diving, it doesn't cover professional sports. For example, it covers skiing, but not if you like go off trail. So we're fine with all the major standard stuff. Here's evacuation, lost luggage, MVAs, travel delays is kind of cool, and then they send you home if you die, so that's great. So that's kind of the insurance that we're looking to use, just safety wing. And yeah, I hope that was useful. We get a lot of questions on kind of the Schengen Shuffle and some insurance processes, so hope that is useful for y'all.